Heyo, buddy, friend, fun person. Welcome, man, girl, something of the sort. Your haircut tells me that there have been many changes in your life recently. I'm not sure whether to call you employee number 201 or employee number 201 Nix. Or 201 whatever you would prefer. I'm just so happy that you found the time and the emotional space to come speak to me today on why you were let go from your position. I think that we should, begin with a little mindfulness exercise. I would like you to name me 5 things you can see, 4 things you can smell. My morning breath, it doesn't count because we're behind the camera. We like to have fun. And 3 things that you could potentially lose out on now that you are unemployed and broke. And please don't say your house. You don't want to know how many people I've spoken to today broke down crying, talk about losing their houses. Which to me is just crazy because who's even buying a house in these times? Well, not you. So, if we firstly discuss your tenure with our company, let me put on my fake glasses. Glasses to make me look like Jodi Arias. I know, everybody tells me. But I would never murder my boyfriend. Because I don't have one. Oh my goodness. But I fear we may have potentially crossed a line there. I don't personally like my affairs being delved deep into. I feel like, you are maybe coming on a little bit strong upon this call. I'm going to have to set my own personal boundaries on my space. Please don't talk to me about relationships. Everybody knows that that's a very soft, sensitive spot for me. Like my nipples. You joined our company at the age of 8. Presumably that would have to be a nepotism position. I see that you aged out of the role of helpful spokesperson at around the age of 9, as many people do. You got then promoted or moved to helpful, promoteful person, but with a bag on your face, which, many people have ended up there. Not me, though. And not my daughter either. Because when my daughter got in on nepotism, I made sure that she would never lose her post because I got her a boob job. Unfortunately, she didn't grow big naturals like me. So I'll keep you within the workforce. Maybe due to the accident, in fact. I've heard traumatic incidents may stunt development. And I can tell in your case that you probably had a very, very lowly childhood. Or maybe a very active childhood. I couldn't tell you which one is worse. I never had a childhood. I was never a child. I was just always in the know. But, you're very lucky because back in my day, you wouldn't get in on either, nepotism or sleeping with the boss. It'd have to be both. This is a really stressful, hard day for me. Normally, I don't reject applicants. Normally, I don't have to break any bad news to anyone. I hate being the bad guy. I love being the guy who leaves job resumes on red. I would never want to make someone homeless. I would just want to keep them within homelessness or kick them when they're down. Maybe wondering why you've been let go from your position. And I would have to say, please look at yourself in a mirror and turn around 3 times and look back in said mirror and say flashback Mary 3 times. And they get really scared. And also see if you can actually recover from the amount of effort that it would have taken you to have performed such a task. And therein perhaps lies the answer. We are a disability plus employership. That means that we do take in a couple disabled people a year, but those are mostly there to throw things at and point at. And last time that happened to you, you said that you wouldn't stand for it anymore. Which is funny because I don't see how you could stand for anything. I've never let people down before. I had to put down my dog once, which is irritating. It's kind of all up in my face. I'm not sure why animals always feel so open to your emotional bandwidth. Why they feel like that's an acceptable thing for them to do, a recourse. I would have got them called up for it, but unfortunately it was me who hit the dog, so I couldn't say anything. I noticed you went to the same academy as me, or as my offspring too, my children, my puckers, my little things, Penelope and the other one, the boat, a large aquatic raft of some sort, which very prestigious. I mean, I wouldn't expect that people of your caliber would even be allowed in there. The fire type that do not particularly stand out for any reason. But no, that's not always a bad thing. You know, my child stood up too much. That's why we found her dead in a field. Big rock to her head. That one's Penelope. The other one could be anywhere. You could be, well, you wouldn't be that one. Because if you were that one, you wouldn't be getting fired right now. Let me tell you that. You're probably getting a promotion. Like me. Take after your old thing. Your old man. We would like to put you forward. We promise you we will put some wonderful words in for you for whatever Discord server you try to get into next. When you end up selling pictures of yourself on the internet for money. If that fails, I'm sure there is a local hole for you to squat amongst. Maybe a lesbian you could get in an abusive relationship with, bunk with. I don't know, your hair's looking very pre-op to me. Ooh, I keep saying that. God damn it. I keep telling people that. I think it's because when I look at me, I see Hillary Clinton. You could probably do something. There's always TV shows that need extras. Like the one that I plan to write and star in. And it's like Bret Easton Ellis. And there's a lot of characters and they're very dark. It's like, whoa, but they're rich and they do evil stuff. But the twist is they have Down syndrome. It's a lot like Twin Peaks. Thank you for taking time out of my day to come talk to me about this issue. I'd like to go back to what I usually do, which is finger myself.